Hello, hello, hello. Loki here once again. This time I'm running a tutorial on Roll20, a website you can use for all your board game, tabletop game needs, usually stuff like D&D or Pathfinder. I am doing a real quick tutorial on how to be a game master, because it has some basic commands here, which you can pause the video and read if you like. But these pop up every time you join a game, no matter if you're a player or a master, so it's pretty well done. So I'm just running a quick tutorial for any wannabe game masters out there who know how to game master but don't know this system, because it can be a bit confusing. What I just did was minimize the chat box. It's a pretty easy thing to do. The tab's right here to pull it back out anytime you like. It's just to get something out of the way so you can examine and change the screen. I'm doing a bunch of hand motions which aren't helping at all. Now this right here is your basic pointer mode. You can select and move, which lets you interact with tokens or anything in the environment on the current layer you are working in. We'll get into those later. Or you can select pan view. No matter where you click, it will not grab anything. It simply changes where you're looking on the map. I don't normally use this because you can just use your mouse wheel or click it and yeah. This is a scroll bar. It lets you change how close or far away you are. Be careful with it, because if you go too far out, sometimes this whole box disappears. Not sure if it's a glitch or intended, but it's a thing. So yeah, you can change your size, and I have some spare tokens in here from a game I've been playing, and just to show you how everything works. So we will start with game mastering, not player stuff. We'll get into player side stuff at a later time. The three layers you have to work with are map and background, objects and token, and GM info. On the map layer, you can find anything in this little search bar. Let's search, say, forest. Forest. And it has a few things you have on the marketplace or in game, and then a bunch of stuff it just basically Google searches. And then you just click anything you like, drag it out, and it does not constrain these to hexes, though it does lock them to the grid. So these can be resized anything you like, and anything on the objects or token layer is always in front of it. And the point of having different layers is you can select these things or anything you like, but you cannot select anything on the map layer right here, no matter how many times you click. Or in the map layer, you can select this, but you cannot select the tokens no matter what. And the GM info layer. Only the game master can see these. It goes as it creates tokens only, not maps. But only the GM sees the things on this layer. So the players won't be able to see this background at all, no matter what, if it's on that layer. Next, we have the draw shape. You can draw a box, hold Alt and draw a circle, and either one, hold Shift and it snaps to the grid. Oops. There we go. And it snaps to the grid. Let go of Shift and it's loose again. It's a very useful set of commands to memorize. But even players can do this part. All of these are player, all of these options are player as well, so we'll handle that in the player video. This is your view. It's an alternative way from this to control how close you see things. Right now I'm looking 100% view. Ah, stupid. It can have issues at times because it doesn't like me. So you just go over to it and press up or down and enter. And bam, it switches your view around. I usually keep it at 100 because why not? But you can go as close as this, which is 10%. It's kind of scary to see the things up close. So next we have, this is a player thing that controls how far away you can see. We'll get into more info on that later. This is our fog of war. You can, if you don't have fog of war on, you click anywhere with that selected and you can enable it. You see all this darkness? This is pitch black for the players. I have reveal areas, which removes the fog of war in squares. Only in squares, unfortunately. And polygon reveal, which you click, and anything inside the shape you're making is revealed. It's kind of useful. And to finish it, you just press enter. No, what was it? You right click to finish it, sorry. Hide areas. Make a box they can't see. Haha. Reset fog. It is everywhere. And we'll get into how to remove it later. This little symbol here is your turn counter. You have a turn order. Yay! You can click any token, add a turn, and it's suddenly on here. You assign whatever they rolled for their turns. So let's say, there. You roll a d20 and it's an 11, so there. His turn is 11. This guy can have a turn too. Oop, right, you have to press enter, otherwise it's deleted as soon as someone updates. Let's give him a 10. And you see they're in the wrong order. You click the arrow and the one you selected on moves forward. Or you can just sort them like this, alphabetically, descending, ascending, a whole list of things. And then you can just click out and it's gone, and saves it for next time until you hit this delete button. So yeah. And we'll get into dice rolling as a player, because honestly, that's something anyone can do, so we'll cover that in the player tutorial. Now we get to the good part. This is your chat box where you input commands. You can also make it pop out to the side like this, just by double clicking on it. Close this out, and it's back over here. So you just double click the symbol and you have a removable, movable chat box. Only the GM can access this page. It lets you search out tokens or maps and portraits, or just search everything. Also, this star lets you access your favorites, stuff you have specifically, like all of these tokens, or stuff you've used from previous games. Then you have the search bar, which searches the web under whatever category you put. If it can't find anything, it tells you so. It's a very simple thing to do. So you just search up a token like devil. Oh look, they're now fighting this devil. Yay! Put it on the token layer, change its size with these little boxes, move it around, whatever you need done. This is how you get almost everything in your game, maps, tokens. It keeps it from being that blank white background. It's very useful. And we'll get into coding the tokens once we're done with all of these. Next is your notes and characters. It's your handouts, your journal page. All you do is, you can see we have some here, subcategories, main things. You click add, and it gets added to the general list. So you just add character, a handout, or a folder, such as characters and handouts. And yeah, let's add folder, test, because why not? And bam, we have a new folder with nothing in it. So if we hit this, nothing changes. We hit this, characters are gone. And all we do is add character, and there we can make a bio, stuff only visible to the GM, put a default token so you can just drag the name out, put a picture on it for the fun of it, whatever you want. You can even say who can see it, who can control and edit it, put on special tags, and yeah, all that fun stuff. And it just saves it. It's now a character in your campaign. Or if you don't want it, or the character dies, delete. Now for the actual characters, the point in these tokens is if you have a portrait, it'll pull out the portrait whenever you drag it onto the screen. If you have a token saved, it'll pull out the token with all the stats and changes you have on it. Because the general portrait, no stats at all. So that's a thing. We'll get more into that in the player part. This is the jukebox. You add any music, track, or playlist. You click this, find the keyword, put it in anything they have already in the system, or just search in the cloud, like, let's go Justin Timberlake. Can they find anything? Nope. Oh, that's because I misspelled it. Oh my. See? Justin Timberlake songs. Everything they have on file. And yeah, I know I don't listen to Justin Timberlake. He's just the first name that popped in my head. So you can have some background music while you play. It's very nice. We have our decks and roll tables. You can put in any sort of table which has tokens, you roll for it, and it rolls on the table. Since it's a 0 in the table, nothing assigned to it, it rolls a 0. You double click the table, you can change all the parts of it, like add table, the weight of the dice, and all that stuff. So now I roll again, and rolling one new table. New item, 0, because I haven't assigned anything to it. And yeah, that's how the tables work, really. You just create roll tables, assign values, and all that fun stuff. We also have a deck of playing cards, because, I mean, why not? Let's hide that so it doesn't come back. And you can add new decks or roll tables at your whim. It's very easy. Here's the basic page everyone has access to, the settings page. You can make and use macros for anything you feel like, literally anything. And they all operate via the commands as if you'd put them in here. So say I click initiative, it rolls my initiative as if I put the code in. I click dying. I put in the text, will fate shine on me, and it rolls a dice. Anything you can put in that chat, you can make in a macro in a list. You can change what people see you as, like Salandriel or Loki. And it changes your box over here. It's very simple. Salandriel, because that is my character. You can change the music volume, a bunch of basic stuff, such as keyboard shortcuts. You can just look through this list. It's very, very self-explanatory. You can also clear your chat log, which empties this whole part, so you don't see anything anymore. You can broadcast your voice or receive voices, change how big or small these little boxes and video things are, change the colors and displays. It's a whole list. And if you're a GM, you can leave and rejoin as a player, because I am not dungeon mastering this game. I'm just the one who made it, so I have access. It's fun. And that is a basic rundown on how to find tokens, make tokens, all the stuff for GM. So we're just going to cover how to edit tokens right now as a GM, because it's different as a player. We'll cover it in both. As a player, you can only see this basic page, and you cannot see the GM notes. Actually, you don't see any of this, really. The GM can change who it represents, so which character on this sheet it represents. Change the name, choose whether or not others can see your name by showing a nameplate, and they can tint it. They can also add bars, such as a green, say, health bar, and choose which value. As you can see, Werner is trolling us. What's funny is I'm making this video for his benefit. Ooh. You can have 3 different bars, it's very useful. And we have the Aura 1 and Aura 2, which you can change colors on because I hate yellow. Hate, double hate, loathe entirely. And you can have a standard aura of, and it goes by feet. Each square is 1 foot, as per standard D&D rules. So I have a 5-foot square around me. Boom. Or if you're playing in a way where, say, 5e, where the distance is measured in a completely different manner, where diagonals count as 1 as well, you can make it a square, which makes that my aura. Yeah. So you can change auras pretty easily. Come on. There we go. Getting a bit of lag here from running so many things at once, because I have my recording software, this software, which isn't easy on weaker computers. A fair warning. And then only the DM can change this. Is the advanced. You can choose whether all players, not just controlling, can see the bars and name, and whether the controlling player can change and see everything. So say this, no one will be able to see my name or my nameplate, no matter what. Put in C, everyone can see the name, but only I can change it. It's a very simple way of keeping track of everything, changing your health. Like this guy's health is supposed to be a 32 at this point. So I just type in 32 out of 32 and bam. It saves it and changes it. But let's say I mess up and put 10 out of nothing. No health bar appears, but it still has the thing. Say I mess up again, put 10 out of 1. Whee! 10 times the size of his health bar is currently in there. Because he has that much health past his maximum. It can really get crazy if you start going over the top. And that's a basic rundown on how this all works. That is your DM run-through. I hope you enjoyed the video. And we will cover basic commands and what it looks like as a player in the next video. I will see you dudes next time. Goodbye!